Good morning. It is the time to get your vibe on. What is your vibe? Like, do you like country? Do you like reggae? Do you like rock? What do you like? The reason why I'm asking is because today we're going to talk about your vibe and other kind of vibes and how that affects your day and how that happens. So, welcome. I'm Ann Ferguson. This is Leaning In with Ann. It is a live that I do every morning. Most of the time I'm walking and I'm talking kind of around a park that I go to, but today I am here because I want to buckle down and get some stuff done. So I usually walk like 6 to 8 miles a day, but that takes a while. And today I just really want to buckle down and get some things done. So let's talk about vibrations for a minute. How you show up, what you believe, generates what you feel, and what you feel generates your vibe out. So, I believe I am natural and authentic. My vibe needs to be natural and authentic. So I went to a videographer who was like talking to me about the background. He's like, yeah, we can put a blue light here, we can put an orange light there, you know? No. Right now, I've got natural sunlight coming in because in the morning, that is good. I have found out a lot of things when people film. You don't want natural sunlight because during the day, the light changes and so the video changes. So that I will do. That'll be my vibe. Get the light that makes it look natural in here, but not crazy. And I like that. Here's the thing though. I want you to check in and see what are you actually feeling right now. Like, do you have any kind of emotion going on right now? Because whatever emotion you have, you are vibing out. And people are picking up on that vibe. So there is a law, the law of vibration. And basically what it means is that what vibrations are sent out are what is coming in. So if you're watching me, it's because my vibe works with your vibe. Right? It's funny because we can say, yeah, it's not my vibe. We could say it's not my vibe. And that's just kind of normal talk. But if you start talking about emotional vibration, now we get into woo-woo a little bit, right? It's not really woo-woo. It's really that. Let's just think for a minute. Think about country music, the twang, the beat. There's a vibration in country music. What about reggae? There's a totally different thing in reggae, right? And rock, totally different. Those are just different ways that people show up and those vibrations hit us. The people that like that vibe attract to that vibe. It is the same for the way that you feel and the way that you identify yourself. So, my question is, what do you feel right now? And what you're feeling right now, is that what you would love to come towards you? Because that is what happens. Now, I am not saying don't feel. Please make sure that you know. I'm not saying don't feel. I'm saying, is that what you would love to feel? Would you love to feel like a protector and always have your guard up because you're protecting? If you feel like you always have to defend yourself or others and you're sitting in protective vibe, then when you're like, nobody just sits down and talks with me, that's because the vibe is protecting vibe. And so you've got to go, wait a minute. Is that the vibe that I want? If I want people to come and sit with me and hang out with me, and I want to feel safe, then I might need the hostess vibe to be a host. Now, we can get into, and that means you're fake, right? Because you're not really feeling it, so now you're fake. You know, you can make yourself feel anything. Anything you want to feel is one emotion away. Just one. You can change your vibration. Let's do it, okay? Let's say, ooh, ready? We're gonna go with, when's the last time you felt defensive? When's the last time you felt defensive? Like you somebody didn't understand you and you had to try to explain, or somebody accused you. When's the last time you felt defensive? Can you find a memory of that? And can you sit, usually the lower vibration emotions, we can feel really, really powerfully, that vibe, defensive. I felt it just a second ago. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. I was getting stuff ready. And I came downstairs and I said, Jaden, because I heard somebody wrestling down here. I thought my husband was upstairs. I thought my son was downstairs, and that means he was late to get to school. So I was super confused, and I'm like, Jaden. And my husband was like, no, it's me. And I felt really defensive, like I had to defend I thought it was Jaden. I know that sounds really weird. It was very slight, but I felt defensive. All right, let's do a different vibe. What if you felt support? If you can let your body feel what it feels like when you're supported, then you know what happens? More support comes to you. A lot of times we think that if I go, I feel unsupported, and therefore you need to show up in support of me. It actually doesn't work that way. It's like magnets that are polarized, they push against, right? Do you want to feel unsupported? Then we sit in unsupport. It doesn't attract support. Ooh, I want you guys to hear this. What your negative or lower vibration emotion is not attracting the positive vibration. Now, I will tell you why you do this. You do this because when we are infants, we go, I'm fussy, I want this, I want that, but we can't say it. We just cry or we fuss or we squeak. And our body is sending out a vibrational energy. And our caregivers go, oh, we need to fix this. Come here, come here, come here. And we nurture and we help and we support and we love and we feed and all of that kind of stuff. So what we believe is when we send out negative vibes, someone is supposed to respond and take care of us. That is true when we're infants. It is not true when we're adults. When we're adults, we have had enough experiences that we're actually in charge of our own life. You want to feel empowered? Learn this principle. What would I love? I would love to feel supported. When is the last time I felt supported? You find your memory, you sit in it, and then you bless it and say, I am so excited. I'm going to breathe it in, and I'm going to experience as much of this as I can possibly. I'm going to look around for it. I am so excited for support to come into my world. Now, doubt is going to come because all the evidence of how you've been unsupported is going to try to show up. That's all here. And then it drops into here, the doubt and the fear. If you can go, no, I'm bouncing this one out. I do not want to be afraid. I don't want to feel unsupported. I don't want to feel mistreated. What I would love to feel is taken care of. Hey, body, we're going to change the station. Just like, there's country music and you go, I don't do country. We reach out and we switch. If you're old school with a radio, you flip the switch. If you're all this young stuff, you go onto the playlist and you go, what on Spotify do I want to feel? I don't like the country. I'm going to feel something else. I am vibing with reggae today. And so you just go click, and now reggae comes at you, and the vibrations change your mood, and you start bouncing a little bit, because that's what reggae does, right? Changes your vibe. The exact same thing can happen with your emotions. You choose what you would love to feel, and then you let your body actually experience it. And as your body experiences it, what you want wants you. And it starts coming together. It is so great. But you can't tell somebody else how they're supposed to show up so that you feel what you want to feel. You can feel what you want to feel at any time. This is a really, really deep concept, and it's called emotional maturity. So many of us, we grew up with not being taught how to feel, or more than that, we weren't taught how to recognize or identify or be aware of the feelings that we had. And so because of that, we have a lot of emotional immaturity. We don't have vocabulary. How can you, like, if there's music out there that I don't even know what it is, I'm not going to go search for it. I don't even know what it is I want. So instead, I'm going to find emotional vocabulary and say, this feeling I really love. This is the one that I want to keep around. I want to feel safe. I want to feel protective. What I vibe with shows up. I was talking to a woman just yesterday, and she says, but is this true? Does this really happen? When you have nothing in your bank account, can you really feel safe? And I'm going to say, yes, you absolutely can. And I'll tell you why. I had very little in my bank account. Very little. I can sit in that vibe and be, I'm failing, I'm worried, how I'm going to pay this. The vibe is down here. All of the worry, all of the stress, all of the I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm in panic. That where am I going to get it? Or I can sit in what it feels like when I've had enough and I can pay my bills. And just sit, not even remembering, not trying to pretend, just sit in the memory of when I had enough. I totally have a memory of when I had more than enough. And you know what happened? Because I did that. The idea came to me of, oh, this person owes me money. I think I'm going to send out a Venmo request. I totally forgot that they owed me money. And the next thing I knew, there was money in my account. Now, if I sat there and thought, I don't have any money, I don't know what I'm going to do, I'm never going to get any money, and all of the panic, then two things happen. I might have remembered, but then I feel bad because maybe they don't have money. And so for me to request the money probably wasn't a good idea because they didn't pay me on time because maybe they didn't have the money, and then I would feel bad and ashamed, so I wouldn't request the money. Or I'd get all fussy and like they owed me money and they didn't pay on time, which is kind of like, maybe if I haven't paid some of those bills, maybe that's what's going on my end. Just do that with me for a minute. Ready? If you're all stressed and tense, you go. Say, cancel that out. What would I love to feel? I would love to feel what I feel when I have enough, or when I have what I've asked for. Oh, guys, guess what? We've all had the moment when you get what you ask for. It's Christmas. Have you guys had a Christmas? It doesn't have to be every Christmas, but have you ever had a Christmas where you got the gift that you wanted? And you're like, we're so excited, and you were anticipating getting the gift, and you came downstairs and you came under the tree, and there it was, and you got to open it up, and it was the gift? Have you had that experience? Because if you have, then you already know what it feels like to receive what you desire. So go sit in a memory at Christmas time. Mine is when I got a pogo stick. I was so excited about that pogo stick, I could barely stand it. I knew it was in the carport, in the shed. I knew it was there because my sister came home with my dad from the grocery store and said, Dad bought your jumping stick. So I knew it was there. I was so excited to know. And so I could not hardly wait for Christmas. And then Christmas morning came down and there it was. Oh my gosh, I have had an experience where I have desired something and I received what I desired. If you are in lack, sit in a memory of when you have received everything you needed. Because what happens is the ideas that you need for those things to happen will come. Or the person who has what you need, they will receive, oh, I need to send it to Anne. That's because your vibrational energy that is going out from you is bringing to you what confirms that particular vibration. You can do this with God. Hey, God, this is what I would love. And guess what? There's a little secret. Okay, we're working on being lucky for St. Patrick's Day. Being lucky. You want to know how people get lucky? They sit in vibration of it. Next time you are in a raffle, or everybody do this and then you can win something. Have you ever won anything? Have you ever been pleasantly surprised? Oh, I get this. That's really cool. Sit in that vibration and project it forward into there. I have done this several times, and guess what? I'm lucky because what I want wants me. It's super fun. Now, I don't do this for the lottery. That's a bigger thing. Because what would I do with all that money? I don't even know. I haven't envisioned it. So I don't know. If you want to get really clear in your life, do a visioning session. I'm going to do that today. There's several things that I need to get in vibration with so that I can get the answers and I can get the energy and the focus forward. The reason why I'm having a hard time focusing, this might be one of your things, is because you're not actually in vibration with what happens on the back end of it. So I'm going to sit and create. And so what you do is you take out a piece of paper, you write down what I would love is, and then all of the yeah buts are going to come up. Every reason why that doesn't work. Every reason why it's not possible. Ooh, it just showed up in me. Usually I have like 7 or 8 people in my life. Today there's only 2. Oh my gosh. The minute I said, yeah, but I went, why am I even here? There's only 2 people. Maybe people don't like me anymore. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to do this anyway. But that feeling of inadequacy came the minute I said, yeah, but. So incredibly interesting. So you write down all the yeah buts, all the reasons why it's going to fail, all the reasons why it's not possible for you, all the things that are in your way. You write it down. It's like a verbal throw up. And you look at it, you go, oh. Now, big scary monster, I have you out of the way. Put that over there. You're going to stay there, and I'm going to look at you, and I'm going to answer you, and I'm going to go through it and see what's possible and what is not, based on all of my fears. But for right now, I'm going to go into imaginary land, where all of my dreams come true. What would I love? Now, you sit in a situation long enough that emotions start to come up. So let's say you would love to go to Disneyland. Have you ever been to an amusement park? Because you can sit in what that looks like. And you can put yourself kind of in Disneyland, going through like the gates, like paying, and all the people and the sun and the excitement of the rides and the making the plan of where you're going to go, looking at the map, planning out the day. And when you do that, then the excitement or other feelings start to show up. If you can grab those feelings, don't write the vision yet, just grab the feeling. Because the vibration is the feeling. So I went a year ago to Disney World. And yeah, there was excitement, there was anticipation. I love the energy of the crowds. Like I love all the people who are all excited and happy to be there. And there's a feeling that I can feel that comes up in me. Now, with the feeling already in me is when I start writing. But what you need to do is write as though you're doing a journal entry and you're reporting back. Oh my gosh, the day was so fun. The weather was so perfect. Like, it wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. It was just absolutely delightful. I'm so glad we didn't go on spring break, because the crowds weren't big, but it was still just perfect. You write it as though you have already been there. And then what happens is that your vibration is there. And what did I say before? What you want wants you. Who knows how you're going to get to Disney World? But have fun pretending and experiencing the day and writing a story to the day. That's super fun. And then what happens is, I don't know, there's like a radio station thing. And you're the 11th caller and you get to go to Disney World. Or a group of friends get together and say, hey, do you want to go? Let's like start putting money into a pot so we can all get there. That'll be fun. And so it doesn't mean it happens like this. It means that what you want is moving towards you until you don't want it anymore. Then it moves away from you. That's for the big stuff. But today, for the little stuff, what do you want to feel? What would you love to be brought into your world today? Do you want support? Do you want friendship? I want alone time. I want the ability to just sit and play with my equipment. I want the vibration of Christmas morning. Do you know that nobody bugs you on Christmas morning? Everybody's so busy with their own stuff that everybody leaves you alone. And you just get to explore and play with whatever new thing, or try on the new clothes, or, get on the new game. And you get to do that because that's what Christmas Day is about. You anticipate, you get what you have desired, what you've been dreaming of, and then you just play with it. And nobody calls you except for family, and that's quick. And you can prepare for dinner later, but there's this space and time to play with your gifts. I'm going to sit in that vibration today so I can have exactly what I want. If you are not getting what you want, check what your vibration is. Check and see what you're feeling. And go back and watch this again, and then go into the, how do I do this again? You go back into a memory. That's it. Just find your memory. Why? Because when you sit in the memory, you believe it's possible. And when you believe it's possible, things come towards you. If you believe something is impossible, they go away from you. It's really simple. What's possible? So, are you an optimist? Are you a protector? Are you a defender? Are you a host? Are you a motivator? Are you a teacher? What would you love to experience today? Vibe with it. And if you need a little help, turn on some music. Because, I don't know, maybe Christmas music. That'll make me feel like I can play with this stuff, right? Or find a Hallmark movie, Christmas movie that I can play on YouTube. Maybe that'll make me feel Christmassy, and I can just play with my stuff. Whatever you need to do all sorts of things. Change your vibe. Let your feelings be the driver of your life. All right? That's it. Thanks for being here.